Married at First Sight Australia season 13 episode 21. It's the commitment ceremony and it gets heated. At one point, one of the brides is talking over the expert Alessandra and Mel switches like, yo, don't you talk over Alessandra like that. You show some respect. Alright, let's talk about it. Married at First Sight Australia, Kylie Minogue, Hugh Jackman, Iggy Azalea. We got singles whose dating life's been a failure. Let's meet them. We got Rachel, we got Steven, we got Alisa, David, Julia. We got Chris and Grace and Juliet. Another Chris and Rachel, Gia. We got Becca, Rebecca, Philip and Stella, Brooke, Mella, Luke, Joel. Who else do we got? Steve. Danny and Scott. The drama's a lot, but there's love to be found. Stephanie, Tyson, we holding it down. Bounce. This the recap. Grab a drink, get a savory or a sweet snack, and sit back as we unpack what happened like back to back. Let's go, bro. So going into the commitment ceremony, the couples are reflecting on what went down last night at the dinner party. We check in on Danny and Beck. And yo, you know you messed up when Beck thinks you went too far. Beck's like, hey, Juliette was moving crazy at the dinner party. She was so mean to the dude. Danny's like, yeah, that's not on, man, for real. The expert's gonna come for at the commitment ceremony. We check in on Joel. He's still reeling from last night. Like, yo, I don't deserve to be spoken to like that, man. I ain't even looking forward to seeing Juliette. Like, what was that? We check in on Juliette, okay? No remorse, zero regrets. She's standing on business. She like, hey, he was trying to gaslight me at the dinner party, trying to create a smear campaign. His attitude was disgusting. He's an idiot. My anger was fair. I'm hoping tonight at the commitment ceremony, the experts see him for what he truly is. We check it on Tyson and Stephanie, and Steph is realizing that this whole trad wife thingy might not be all it's cracked up to be. And yo, it's hard to feel sorry for Steph. It's hard to feel sorry for her, because she wanted to have a cake and eat it too. She wanted someone with traditional values, but not too traditional. He still has to be open to the idea of his woman being a boss chick. She said she wanted someone masculine so she could be in her feminine energy. But when Tyson goes, hey, I want to be the one bringing the masculine energy into the household, and I want you to bring the feminine energy, it's exactly what she said, but she hears him say it and it sounds icky. She said she hates woke culture and she wanted someone who also hates that woke stuff, but she wants him to be pro-LGBTQ. So she wants someone who hates everything woke but is respectful of people's genders, pronouns, all that. So yeah, these two, they're not doing too good. Alright, it's ceremony time, baby. Y'all know the deal by now. The experts bring up the couples one by one. They talk about where their relationships are at, and then they decide whether they're gonna stay or bounce. First up on the couch, we got Stella and Philip. They're doing good. Strongest couple this season so far. So, of course, they both decide to stay. Next up, the moment we've all been waiting for, Juliet and Joel. The experts are like, how y'all doing? How's the week been? Juliet's trying to keep up appearances again. It's like, it's been okay. Joel's like, it's been really bad. Expert John's like, talk to us, man. What's been going on? Homeboy's like, right from the jump, she's been accusing me of being fake. And I told her, like, hey, this is who I am. You just don't see the light in me. You don't see the star in me. And she's run with that, telling everybody that I was on some narcissist vibes, talking about I'm the main star of this show or whatever. Juliet interrupts him in the most annoying way possible. She's like, can I speak? Can I speak? Thank you. He's painting me out to be a liar. He did say he was the star. He doesn't see me as his wife. He sees me as his way onto this show. Joe's like, nah, that ain't it. Y'all got a taste over at the dinner party. But that's how she be talking to me, y'all. She be putting me down like all the time. Last week, we had the eye gaze task. And she screamed at me going, I'm not staring into your devil eyes. John's like, Juliet, did you say that? She's like, yeah, I do be getting devil vibes from him sometimes. Joe's like, wow, so you're not even apologetic about it. I'm sitting here telling you about how much it hurt me. She's like, no, I'm not apologetic about it. At that moment, you were giving me devil eyes. Everybody's watching like, Homeboy's like, all you've done is demean me and put me down and disrespect me, and I have not clapped back, not once. And she's like, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. It feels like I'm always at fault for everything. You haven't owned up to nothing. Matter of fact, I think you should apologize to me. Joel's like, after last night, after that dinner party, you think I should apologize to you? She's like, yes, 1000%. John's like, okay, let me get this straight. You would hope that Joel apologizes to you tonight. She's like, yeah, I want him to take accountability because last night was uncalled for. It felt like he was kicking it with the guys at the end of the table, doing up a smear campaign, trying to make me look bad. John's like, what specific moments did you feel like he was disrespecting you? She's like, he was doing some things. It's low-key embarrassing because she's having to think in real time, like, what lies can I make up? And it's awkward. Like, it's just silent. Everyone's like waiting, looking at her like, she's like, I don't know. I guess when we were talking about the star comment and he kept gaslighting me and lying, Joel's like, listen, I think the problem is she thinks I'm being fake. She thinks I'm playing a character. But this is me. This is who I am. I go through life spreading joy and making people feel seen and loved. She's like, you ain't been doing that for me. He's like, I've been trying, Juliet, but all you've done is push me away, reject me, and treat me like a piece of... She's like, are you hearing yourself? Are you hearing yourself? The experts are like, all right, we've heard enough. They're like, listen, we were watching closely last night. We were watching y'all at the dinner party, and we think it's crazy that you, Juliet, want an apology from Joel when your behavior was ugly. John's like, it was mean, it was cruel. We have never seen anyone on this show attack their partner the way you did. You called homeboy embarrassing. You dissed his personality. You said he wasn't a man. You called him a liar. You cussed him out. You said he was whack. How are you sitting here with chest talking about he launched a smear campaign against you and you want an apology when you were the one going around dissing him in front of everybody? Alessandra's like, if that's how you talk to this man in front of the cameras, in front of everybody, I can only imagine how crazy it gets behind closed doors. She's like trying to make excuses. She interrupts Alessandra and Mel yells at her, bro, speaks to her like a little girl, like, yo, do not speak over Alessandra, you hear? You talk to her like you got some sense. You show her the respect she deserves. Everyone's like, ooh. When it's decision time, Joel decides to stay. But he's like, listen, I'm going to stay in the experiment. I'm going to give her one more chance. But if she disrespects me again or makes me look stupid again, that's it. I'm outie. So they're both staying for another week. Next up on the couch, we got Steve-O and Rach. And they're like, hey, how y'all doing? Steve's like, yo, during the family and friends thing, my older brother told me he noticed that Rach, she was being more affectionate and that. And I wasn't really reciprocating. So I'm like working on that. We're in a better place now. We're in a better place than we were. They both decide to stay. Next up, we got Sam and Chris. Chris is like, yeah, I told him I was going to be a dad. And for some people, that would have been a red flag, too complicated. But Sam's been super understanding. It's brought us closer together. We're good. You know what I'm saying? They both decide to stay. Next up, we got Gia and Scott. They bring up the whole ex photo drama and they're like, hey, we've moved past it. I've introduced him to my daughter. We're all good. We're doing all right. They both decide to stay. Next up, we got Alisa and David. And yo, I felt so validated in this episode. Hey, yo, shout out to all those Australian homies for not giving me spoilers because you guys knew I was right. You knew I was right. You guys are way ahead of the rest of the world with the episodes. And my people, they were making me feel like I was crazy because I kept saying there's something about Alisa. There's a vibe I'm picking up. That's a little red flaggy. And everybody was like, no, she's amazing. Her and David are gonna go all the way. That's love right there. And you can check my videos, man. I kept saying there's a vibe I'm picking up. I think she's gonna break homeboy's heart. And my Australian homies, you'd seen this episode, so you knew I was onto something. And I bet you it just gets worse because she's showing her true colors. She's like, David is amazing. He's amazing. He ticks a lot of my boxes. He's the calm to my storm. He's a good dude. but he's not giving me everything I need. She goes, I function on a higher frequency, and I feel like he's just not there with me. I'm not getting that stimulation, that higher frequency that I need in my relationship. Girl, what the heck are you talking about? What do you mean you function on a higher frequency? Like, why are you throwing words together and you don't even know what they mean? When we talk about frequencies and vibrations on like a new age tip, when we say someone's vibrating on a high frequency or they're in alignment, we're talking about someone self-secure, someone positive, kind, good energy. And that's David. He's functioning on a higher frequency. Being loud and chaotic is not a higher frequency. Stop using terms you don't understand. Just say what's on your mind. Like, what exactly do you mean? What do you need from the man that you're not getting? David fills us in like, yo, in previous relationships, she's dated dudes who were louder and more reactive, and that's just not me. And yo, I feel where David's coming from, because anyone who's ever dated someone who's used to dating toxic people, y'all can back me up on this. It can be exhausting, because on one hand, they'll complain about how toxic their exes were. Oh, you're so much better. This is such a healthy relationship. But on the other hand, they'll try and shame you for not having some of those toxic traits. My ex had a crazy dating history, bro. Like, one of the dudes cheated on her with his baby moms. One dude showed up at her job, got into a fight with one of her male colleagues. One dude got locked up. She had hands put on her. And every time we got into an argument, she was all up in my grill, poking my head back like, you're trying to get a rise out of me. And I just walk away like, yo, I gotta clear my head. She'd be like, oh, you're just running away. And there'd be times when she start arguments with dudes and go, oh, my man's gonna whoop yo. And I'd be like, yo. She'd be like, hey, if you loved me, you'd fight for me. And it was just exhausting. Like having to prove your masculinity, prove your blackness. And yo, as time went on, she started getting used to like, okay, this is what healthy looks like. You know, what she thought was boring was now what she looked forward to, like nachos and a movie night. And it was like, yo, she's getting something out of this relationship. She's healing and growing as a person. But what am I getting? Like, apart from the physical stuff, like, why do I get to be the calm in your storm? And then when I get my storm, you just give me storm back. Like, what is this? That's the vibe I'm getting from these two. He's like too nice for her. You know what I'm saying? They both decide to stay, but I don't think they're compatible, man. Next up, we got Danny and Beck. And they're still going through what they be going through, but they're like, yo, all things considered, we're good. We're good. They decide to stay. Next up on the couch, it's Tyson and Stephanie. And they call him out for being a garbage person. They bring up his views on women, his views on gay people. He's fighting for his life up there. And it all gets a bit too much for him. And he does a Brooke and decides to leave. He's like, hey, this experiment ain't for me. She's not the traditional wife I've been looking for. I'm tired of all the back and forth, all the bickering. And he gets up, walks off the stage, out of the building. He's done. Steph is left on the couch crying. Mel sits next to her and hugs her. Steph's like, I just said how I feel. And see, he walked off. And see, this is what I've been saying about Steph all along, right? She likes Tyson. There's parts of him she likes. This isn't like wife swap, like two opposites, like an open-minded boss chick matched up with some right-wing dude stuck in the 1950s. Nah, they're both similar. He's just a bit more extreme. That's why she's crying right now, because a part of her wanted to make it work. Like, she wanted him to tone it down a bit, but, you know, she liked him. Like, there's no way you'd catch me on the couch crying if I think the girl that's walked off is trash. Like, there's no way I'd be on that couch crying because Juliette's walked off. It's like good riddance, right? Out here wasting my time. So that was the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give the video a like. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I'll be back with the next joint. And until then, you take care of yourself, fam, because I love you.